Confidence Builds and Heal and Off the Floor family. It is your founder, Mecca Freeman, here back with another episode. I'm so excited about this episode today because this episode we are speaking about internal matters that dancers deal with. And the topic of this video is how to put an end to feeling intimidated by other dancers. Let's get straight into the video. Baby, this is real. I experienced this, you experienced this. If you have not experienced this, maybe you will experience this, maybe you won't, okay? Intimidation by other dancers, right? When you get into a room and let's say before you even get to the class, okay? Before you get to the studio, you got all these desires and you all excited about this choreography and excited about this class and you know the song, or you're just excited to learn from this particular person or to be going to the studio, and then you get there and you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna go do my best, and you got this whole self-love activity thing going on, but then you get there and then there's somebody that's next to you or you see them and it's just like they're killing it, or they're somewhere where you want to be and you start to feel insecure. You start to feel intimidated. You start to feel like people are looking at you or judging you. So then you start questioning yourself, and then you can see it in your body movement. Then you start messing up. Then you can't get into your flow and your groove. This is intimidation by other dancers. And so we all deal with it. First of all, let me tell you something. There is only one you. There's only one you. There's only one you. Nobody is not you. You are uniquely you. You are uniquely you. You are uniquely you. And that, I wanted to start off this video with that alone because that's the most important part about all of this. Right? You have no competition. There's no such thing as having your competition. Nobody, no other person has your personality, your sales, okay? Your source that's within you, your intuition, okay? Nobody has all of that that makes you up all in one. That it doesn't exist in nobody else. You are uniquely you. And so I wanted to say that because I need you to really hone in on your world and who you are. Because one of the reasons why we deal with intimidation for other people is because when we are so focused on everybody else in their world, we're not focused on our own. But you wouldn't do that if you were so obsessed with your world, how you are with somebody else. The interest that you place on others, take that. Take it back and apply it to yourself. The interest and the insight and the exhilaration and all of that stuff that you place and you feed on others in their life. No. How about you take that energy? Just imagine what will happen and what will life look like and how you would feel and how great you will be at whatever it is that you are trying to be great at. If you just took that energy and that focus that you give to other people and you put it on yourself. Which takes me to my next point. Focusing on other people. When you are in a class or when you are dancing, right? Or even if you're watching something online, your focus should not be on that person. Your focus should be in your body. And feeling the movement, getting in tune with the music and the song, feeling the choreographer, taking the art from that person, that choreographer, and making it your own, feeling into the movement and the groove. You get intimidated because you're so focused on them. Because whatever you give your attention to, right, takes your energy, right? Whatever you are giving your attention to, it takes your energy. So that's why you start to feel intimidated. There's nobody better than you. There's no such thing. People are who they are. Now, of course, as I stated before, let's say you see people and they are expressing desires that you hold that you have yet to have a reality or experience with. That's amazing. You just have to internalize that as different. I see it in my face. I see that this is possible. I see it is possible. So now, thank you, fellow student, friend, whoever, choreographer. Thank you for being an example of something that I'm going towards, so I know that it is possible for me. Because I'm standing in this vicinity with you, or I'm watching you online, that I know is possible for me. I know that is possible for me, right? Now, also intimidation of other people is also means of something else. As far as you not doing what you need to do. Because I'll do it with myself. Like, I'll look at people and their flexibility. I'll be like, what the hell? Mecca, when was the last time that you did the stretches that you were supposed to do for the last 5 days this week with your ankle weights? You know what I mean? With the yoga block. When was the last time? You're not showing up doing what you're supposed to do. How you going to be feeling intimidated looking at everybody else? when you ain't doing what you're supposed to do. You ain't taking classes, whether in person or online. You not learning something off of YouTube. It ain't no excuse. You probably ain't got the money, but you can learn on YouTube. You can slow the tempo down on YouTube, y'all. You can slow the tempo down and learn some choreography. You can go make up your own thing. You lacking training, you looking at them because they training, you intimidated because they easily pick up choreography. That means you need to start training more. And you don't need to always be in a class. You can take class at home on YouTube. You can buy a tutorial online for $10 to $15 and practice that until you master it. You can make up a piece of choreography yourself and challenge yourself, right? You have to think outside the box, and you have to start facing yourself and stop making excuses. Another thing when it comes to putting an end to feeling intimidated by other dancers, to stop comparing yourself and your journey to other people's journeys, right? I did this in the earlier times of my career. I am not a trained dancer. I never went to a performing arts school. I never was that person that, my parents put me into, a studio and ballet, and I was going to class after schools. I never had that experience in my life. I don't know the ballet genre. I don't know what this means. I go into classes. Hell, I'm 29 years old, and I still have to remember, plie means this. They be talking about some this. I'll go to classes nowadays, because now I'm serious about my art, for myself and for my community, and I got the resources now. I couldn't keep making excuses about what mommy and daddy and family didn't do for me. I had to take this matters in my own hand. I still don't really know. So I'll be in class, they say shit, I'm like, I don't even know what they're talking about, but I can see them doing it. And I'm a person that I see something, I can do it. I can see it, I can do it. Because I was born with this talent. However, training is still important. And like I stated in the beginning of my career, I started to compare myself to people who have been 10 years training. They went to schools, performing arts schools, and a part of their daily classes, out of 6 classes a day, 2 or 3 of those classes was movement alone and stretching alone and Pilates and ballet and all these terms. I didn't have that. So whenever I get into these classes, I have to pat myself. Oh, I'm getting emotional. I have to pat myself on the back based on what I grew up with and the lack of resources that I had, for how far I've come and how I'm continuing to show up and try my best and continuing to teach myself. Even to this day, I'm going to ballet adult classes. I'm 29 years old. And this is my last point. There is never no right or wrong time. You are never late. You are never late. Why are you in something? You are there to have fun. Remember, dance is to have fun. I know some of you guys want to be booked. Okay, you want to dance professionally. But it's the art of it. You are not there for just the mundane, let me get booked, I want to be seen, I'm trying to be here. You're here to have fun. Have fun with it. People will choose you from having fun and really owning where you are versus having all the technique. You ever see those one people? It's like a one-man show. They be on TikTok. They ain't got the training, but they do something. They master that skill. They own it where they are. And then you see them on stage with that one artist doing that TikTok dance or whatever they doing, pop, 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 or that spin, or that split that they was known for, or that back bend, or this hair whip. You see them, the Alicia Keys playing the piano, and the girl over here doing her thing on the stage, right? She ain't have to get up in alignment with all these people. Like, I need to get 10 years under my belt stretching, or look like them, and be like this, be like that. She giving herself time. While she's doing that, that's still a desire, because you always gonna have the desires that you want, right? You always gonna have these desires. They're not gonna go anywhere, right? You want to be working towards them, but the turtle always wins the race. This is not a sprint, y'all. Come on now. This ain't a sprint, it's a marathon. But you will always get picked over those people. You never know. You never know. Be in it for the fun of it. Get back to your why and the reason why you got into it. Why you got into dance. Why you got into movement. Or showing up for self-love for yourself. Why? Take your attention away from other people and into your world. That's another thing. With Confidence Builds and Heals, well, our intention is to help people dive deep into who they are in their world. Because a lot of people don't know their world. And the best way to do that is to get into a room full of people and then feel into yourself, right? It forces you to feel into yourself, because now you got all these distractions around you. When you got distractions around you and you got the ability to feed and feel within yourself, you are powerful. You a bad motherfucker. Ain't nothing you can't do, okay? So, taking this home, when you're feeling intimidated by other people, remember, there's no one like you. You need to get tuned down, tuned into your world. Start to really hone in on who you are. Feel yourself. Start to look at your qualities. What do you love about your art? What is it? Like, for example, my flexibility, I don't feel is as great, but my transitions with my dancing right now and my style, and like for me to get it, like I can get it. Like, you know how with some people when they dance, it's just like boom, cut, cut, two, boom, boom. They be apart with the beat. Like I ain't never with a baddie cut, cut, see, cut. I am so good at that. I am a pro, and I honor that about myself. So I focus on that even while I'm working on other things. And then secondly, like I stated before, take your attention to you. Take your attention to you, okay? And then let the process be slow. Let the process, and stop beating up on yourself. Give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. Be a little bit nicer to yourself. Be a little bit nicer to yourself, okay? Intimidation is an illusion. Nobody is better than you. You're not far. You're not behind or nowhere. You are exactly where you need to be. Time is an illusion. It's an illusion. It's about how you feel. Create a lane for yourself. You ain't gotta, you see, it's 2022. Remember, dance used to be one way. You know, you go to a dance school, you go to a school, you know, you get picked here to go to Broadway and blah, blah, blah. Nah, you get on the internet, you create your whole academy from your room, off of TikTok, off of Instagram, whatever you want, because movement is free. There's no thing, no one way, like you've got a certificate. If you can move your finger, you are a dancer. It's art. It's free flowing. So be easy on yourself, and I hope this video was very insightful. And we have so much more available in store. Every Monday we are dropping videos, off the floor series. That's why we call it off the floor, because these are the things that you deal with off of the floor and sometimes on the floor. We have some programs, at-home programs, available tutorials, all type of stuff. I have one-on-one coaching. All of these things. You can pick my brain for an hour and a half. It's the link at the bottom of this video. All the links in the description box below. If you have any questions, if you want any advice, you can just email us at confidencebuildsandheals@gmail.com. Sending a whole lot of love and light and gratitude, peace, tranquility, good ass vibes your way. Keep showing up and confiding in you. See you next week. Peace.